Many of you are probably wondering how and why we named our home The Mess in the Nest, located here in Cave Creek, Arizona. If you have plenty of time, let me begin our story. Our original home was pretty much a disaster. I had tried to do some repairs, as you can see in the video, but obviously this was not my forte. There were times now that I look back on and realize that being on a 40-foot ladder with a stucco repair bucket in one hand and a trowel in the other was not the best idea. Talk about a balancing act. At the time, we were planning to sell the home as is, but until we made that big decision whether to stay, I spent numerous nights on torrential rainfalls with many buckets and a mop to soak up the flooding areas of the home. The old carpet that was a must to remove left splintered old floor sheeting that pretty much managed to get caught in the soles of our feet here and there. As most of us would have small keepsakes around the house, ours were a pair of tweezers for the slivers. My mother and I were not planning to stay in this home for long and had planned to move to California, where most of our family lived. Before we would head out to see the family, I spent numerous hours on Zillow looking for unique homes that were for sale that had personality and small fixer-uppers. I added the addresses of the homes in an old notebook and made sure to toss it in my luggage before loading it up in the car. During our visit, and after numerous attempts looking at homes in Cali, nothing could compare to the property our original home back in Cave Creek had to offer, including all the non-disturbed land with the wildlife. After our vacation and arriving back home, we would once again start the discussion of staying at the home and having it totally remodeled. This is where it gets very interesting. If you are familiar with building permits, they are a must with contractors. Though I cannot disclose any of the names of the builders, I can tell you the story incomplete. The first contractor that we hired did not pull permits, and shortly after, they basically completely tore our 2-story home down to the studs. The town put a stop order. What this means is that the home needed to remain untouched in the meantime. We then had to attempt to find another contractor, but found out that the whole new set of plans by the architect needed to be submitted and approved prior to using the next contractor. If you are following me, I'm sure you can imagine what the picture is looking like here. Yes, you are correct. The home is completely torn down to the studs, and yes, we cannot begin building until the plans are approved. Okay, so literally the home sat empty, and my mother and I are now living in the small guest studio attached to the garage that was already remodeled. From this time on, the clock kept ticking, but there was nothing we could do to move forward on the home. At this point, she and I were now trying to basically stay sane through all of this. Every morning it appeared that a new wildlife animal had checked into the old house. I am talking like living in the roof rafters and nesting, from small hawks to bats and many more.